Hey guys, I'm going to take you through TurboTax today at a beginner's level. So if you're deciding if this is the program for you, let's go.
Hey guys, so we are looking at TurboTax right now, and you're going to have to create a new account. So if you just go to turbotax.com, it'll bring you to a main page where you can create a username and password, and all you really need to start is a valid email address. So I'm already in the basic screen after I've already made an account, and all the info I'm putting in today is going to be random information that I'm just inputting. It's not real to me or anyone else. And so keep that in mind as we go through. But I'm just going to use this information to help you guys as you guys navigate TurboTax for the first time. So just so you know, every time you log into TurboTax, they're going to verify your identity, and they're going to do this with a phone call or a text. So they'll say, we're going to text a code to this phone number. You're going to input your phone number. They're going to send you a text with the code. You put the code in, and then it helps you actually get in here. And that's just to keep your information safe. But once you do get in here, if it's the first time you haven't done anything yet, this is what the screen's going to look like. So they're telling you, tell us a little bit about you so that we can get you the best refund. So I'm just going to go through here and click a few that are kind of normal, anyways, that I think. And so let's say I want to maximize my deductions and credits, meaning I want the best refund. I have a job. I paid rent. Um, Obviously, if you own a home, click this. If you have kids, if you want to pay a little bit of extra to have an expert review your return, if you donate to charity, you're paying off student loans, you have stocks or rental properties, self employed, you own a small business, and then you want someone else to actually do it for you. But I'm just going to do these. They're very basic. We'll start with this and then we'll go ahead. So we're going to scroll down. And if you didn't know already, there is a free edition right here. And it's zero for federal, zero for state, but you have to have it's very basic. So if you literally all you did was go to work, you did not make any investments, you didn't contribute to any like 401k plans, this would work for you. If you did contribute to a 401k plan or you did something other than just work and come back home, you're probably going to qualify for the deluxe. And so it starts for free, but you have to end up paying $60 for state. And I believe at the end it's like $50 for TurboTax, the fee itself. So it's like 110 at the end. So we're going to go with deluxe. And then once it loads, we're just going to put in our information. So let's start by just putting in our information. We're going to go Becca testing. Date of birth, let's just do today's date, 004, except I am a 94 baby. Let's see. Happy birthday, Becca. Oh, they even know that it's my birthday today. Guys, it's not my birthday. I'm just putting in today's date. Okay, so how did you do your taxes last year? So I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you did not use TurboTax, maybe you had somebody help you. I'm just gonna say other. I'm feeling pretty good about doing my taxes. Let's talk about our life. Single, married, it's complicated. Right now, I'm gonna go with single, so that we can make it a little bit easier. I did not have any kids. I was not a college student. I didn't own a home. I just paid rent. Okay. So, again, going basic, I had a job. Let's see here. You can look through all of these things. So, did any of these apply to you in 2020? I had bank account interest just because that's where money went. I We're gonna say that I did contribute to my 401k, and that's it. If you want to, you can do show more. When you do show more, it's usually just things that aren't as common, like withdrawing from your retirement plan, um, or any of these things. So you can continue. It's going to keep showing you more. It's up to you if you want to take a look at them or not. If you know that you did other things, then you would want to keep showing that so that you make sure you get everything in there. When you're done, just hit continue. And so it says, this is where we're done. This is what we've done so far. Personal information, income, tax breaks, all that stuff. Let's keep going. And I know I'm going pretty fast here, but I will say that TurboTax, I've been using TurboTax since I was 16, and it's very self-explanatory. It goes through everything, and when you need help, you can literally click help over here. You can either type something in or you can look through their stuff, and they are very good at helping you, and that is included. It's free. The only time that it does cost anything is if you actually want to talk to someone about it, and depending on what it is, you might have to pay and upgrade your account to do so. So we're just going to go with continue. So they're saying, things kind of changed due to COVID-19. And so just know that, this is a little more complicated than it used to be just because of COVID-19. Sign now to save time later. This just kind of basically says, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to sign this to say that it's okay that I'm doing this online and sharing my information with TurboTax. So we're going to sign here. So my name is Becca, testing, today's date, 3/4/2021. Also, name, I've put down that I was single in this one. So we're going to do continue. Okay, we're going to start with personal info now. And you can kind of see where we are on the side here too, if you're curious. Social security number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, obviously that's invalid, but we'll go with it. So let's say that I am a customer service advocate. I am not a member of the National Guard or Armed Forces. I live in Minnesota. I did not move here in the past year. I've been here. No one can claim me, meaning I'm not living in someone else's house or using a lot of their, resources. I was not considered legally blind, and I did not pass away. I'm not representing someone else who passed away. I do not want to change the language. English is good. Okay, so marital status, we put in single, so we're going to continue with that. No, we did not support any children. Okay, so you're gonna have to put in your mailing address. Right now, we are living at 12345 Awesome Street, and we are number 1, a basic zip code in St. Paul, and hit continue. We're gonna double check our address. Did we make any money in any other states? No, we did not. And so they're going to tell you exactly what the best filing status is for you. And in this case, with this information, mine would be single. The other ones are head of household, married, filing separately, qualifying widower, or married, filing jointly. So it's going to review all this info again. Okay, they're going to keep recommending that you go with max benefits. And this is TurboTax's huge full phase program that gives you everything. Obviously, it costs more. We don't really need it at this point in time. So I'm just going to say don't add it. Okay, let's talk about our income. And this is where you're going to pull out that W-2. And you're most likely going to get something that looks like this. I just pulled this off the internet on Google. So a lot of times you get, all the time, you get more than one. And at the bottom or somewhere, it's going to say, file with state taxes, file with federal taxes. It'll tell you exactly why. That's why there's so many of them. There's one for property taxes too, I believe. So that's why if you've ever wondered, you get more than one because they each are supposed to go to different places. In today's day and age, because we can e-file, a lot of times you don't have to actually take it and send it to them. But back in the day when everyone filed using paper, you had to actually cut it out and put it with all your paperwork. So all these boxes are going to have numbers in them, a little number in the little corner here, as well as an explanation of what that is. And the EIN, you just have to look for it. This one specifically is right here, EIN. It's this 2-digit number dash all these other numbers. So you're going to input that number into your TurboTax window. If you got it with you, which at this point I'm guessing you do, then we're going to say work on my W-2. We're going to start with the EIN, which is the federal ID number for your company. And a lot of times TurboTax can pull this information once you put in that EIN. Sometimes, depending on the company, they might not, and you have to put everything in um, yourself, but put it in and see what happens. So we're gonna just pull it in. I literally just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and apparently that's a system or a company. So we're gonna go with Magellan Systems. That's an awesome EIN. Okay, so box one, and again, this is going to correlate to one of the boxes I was telling you about. Just if you're confused, just look for the tiny little box one, and it's going to tell you how it works. So, like I was saying, you can import the W-2 if you wanted to. You would do this by putting in your information, your social security number, I believe it is, and it can import all of it for you. But because this is not a real person that we're doing, I'm just going to put in money. Let's say I made $40,000. Oh, it looks like they couldn't import my information. Type it in myself. Okay, so it's ready for review. They've pulled that system just using this. The address is there. So you're just going to input your W-2 information. Your information goes here. Follow the boxes. Like I said, box 1, box 3, 2, 4. Just put in the number exactly as you see it on from your W-2 into here. There are less common items. And there's this one that gets kind of tricky, but it looks like a lot of information. It's really not. Just look at box 12 if there is anything there at all. In this case, since I contributed to a 401k plan, it's going to say D 401k. And then the amount is also there. And let's say I put in $900. 13, if I put that much in, it would be a retirement plan. That should be checked. So I'm putting that in. State taxes. I'm in the state of Minnesota. That same EIN number, I made $40,000 that year. And let's say I paid $1,800 in state taxes. Just make sure you're double checking those box numbers and the number you're putting in so that everything matches up. Okay, so we're going to review it. They're going to go through each and every box, and you can see what's really cool is up here. It's showing you exactly what you owe so far, and this is going to change. So there are 2 refunds for me so far. Well, it's not a refund. I owe taxes at this point in time. Federal taxes due 1,946. Minnesota refund 311. So if you actually look, depending on how you elected to pay taxes throughout the year. And that's done on the W-4, which is a different form showing how you want to take taxes out of your paycheck. You can see that if I had elected to take out more of my paycheck throughout the year in each paycheck, let's say I took out $3,000 during the year instead, and then I hit continue, that number changes right here. I'm not saying do not fudge your numbers, but I'm just telling you, depending on how you elected things throughout the year, it's gonna this is what happens. This is how it benefits or takes away from your refund, okay? Okay, so continue. You're doing great. This is what's happening so far. Uncommon situations. And they do this a couple times. If you have like a handwritten W-2, paid family leave, working outside the US, any of all this stuff. For me, none of this applies to me. W-2, it shows them, you could have more than one if you worked at multiple places. If you elected that you are married and you have a spouse, you would put in both your W-2s. But it's just me, and so I'm going to go on. Let's find any other income we might have missed earlier. So I did not have any stocks or company shares or dividends. So no, I did not. Did you withdraw any money from your retirement plan? No, I did not. If you did, you would have gotten a form from your retirement plan, and it would be just like your W-2. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it's going to have those boxes and the little title of what it is. And so you're just going to want to follow what those boxes are and input the information as you would your W-2. So no, I didn't. I did not have any stocks. I didn't sell anything. No, I did not. And like I said earlier, for everything that you do during the year, you're going to get some kind of statement or receipt from that company. If you did have stocks through companies like Ameritrade, then you would get a form from them that you would use to therefore input your information in and include in your taxes. And I did not work outside the States. I did not have jury duty, thank God. No foreign bank accounts. Okay, so we are gonna wrap it up. This is interest on 1099 INT, and that's because I put down that I have a bank account. So did you receive any interest income? And God knows, unless you've got thousands and thousands of dollars in your let's go with Chase. Unless you've got thousands of dollars in your bank account, you're not going to get that much interest, or you've got a really great bank. And if you do, let me know what it is so I can go make an account. Because I'm not going to pull information, which you could if you have your user ID and password. I'm just going to change how I enter my form. And then you can do this, or you can upload a picture, or you can type it in yourself, which is what I'm doing. Received from Chase. I don't actually know what the official title is of Chase. Interest income, let's say I got $100, and I feel like, again, that's kind of a reach. Unless you've got a really, really great interest rate. Okay. That's it. So see, these numbers just adjusted. If you didn't see that, go back and watch again. But these numbers adjusted because they count that interest as income. So because my income's going up and I didn't pay taxes on those, my refund here is going down, and my what's due here is going up as well. Okay, so uncommon situations, again, none of these apply to me. So they're wrapping this up. We've got all that info, wrap up income. Yes, I did a lot this year. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, again, it's taking us back to the screen. No thanks, I don't want to upgrade. It's showing us that they have a live tax expert here to give us advice, and it's literally someone who can talk to you, and sometimes it's just them talking, sometimes it's actually someone who's on a webcam. So that's there if you like that. Were you affected by a natural disaster in 2020? No, I was not. I did not have any virtual currency, and that would be, any kind of cryptocurrency. We're going to get started on deductions, which deductions are just anything that we paid for that we get somewhat of a refund on, or at least it takes away from our income. So the more money you make, the more money you have to pay in taxes. And deductions just mean that they're gonna not include some of your income because you did certain things. So if you paid any car registration fees, if you did, yes, no, I did not. Let's say I did not own a home because I'm a renter. And let's say that I've got a receipt from Goodwill, saying I donated whatever much or however much, or if you keep track of, donating clothes and items to like Goodwill, then that's, let's say I donated $15. $0 on medical expenses for me this year. Okay, so they're saying standard deduction is best for you. You can itemize your deductions. This generally is not the case for most people. The standard deduction would get us the most because if you itemize it, unless you're donating hundreds of thousands of dollars, this is not going to work for you. This is the best one because you get kind of locked into a category, and then they just give you a standard deduction. In this case, it's right here. Okay, sounds good. I did not make payments on student loans. Again, you're going to get paperwork for that. If you did, you would just fill it out. I did not have an HSA. I did not make tax payments. Did not have any expenses for a college. I'm not a teacher. Great. We've got your tax breaks covered. Wrap up tax breaks. And you're going to go through a lot more steps if you're checking off all those other things like making donations and whatnot. If you've got all those, it's going to walk you through every single one of those. Okay, so I said, I $15. I gave him a couple sweatshirts. And this went down a little bit too, guys. Uncommon tax situations. I did not have a nanny. I do not want to donate to the presidential campaign fund. Did not have any theft of my identity. We're gonna hit OK. If you want to see all of them, you can. If not, I know they won't apply to me. I'm just going to keep going. This is the new thing for this year. Did you get any stimulus payments? Yes, I did. This is what I received. The first round is at $1,200. Second round was at $600. This is going to look a little bit different if you've got dependents. So if you've got kids, or if you're married, obviously the numbers will look differently. But yes, I received those last year. We crunched the numbers and it looks right. Okay. Okay, I don't have a form 1095A. And let's check the federal return and make sure it's good to go. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okay, we have one detail for you to review. So this is going to be TurboTax's way of letting you know what is good and what isn't, and you might have to review a couple of them. Nice, it's in great shape. You have a total of $16 in taxes due so far to federal. Now we're going to head over to state taxes, and state taxes will pull everything from federal into state, and there's just a few more things you have to finish up. But so far they're saying, great, this is what you've got going for you. Continue, I'm a resident, continue. Adjustments, they already know about the $15 I made. Do you need to make any of these adjustments? And these are, those really uncommon adjustments, but read through them, see if they apply to you. Non-taxable income, I do not. Stillborn children, you would get a credit for that. I did not have any children. Did not contribute to a 521 college savings plan. Did not have any student loan credit. Not getting my master's degree. K through 12 education credit, since I don't have any kids in this account, then I'm going to say no. Again, no, because of no kids. And alternative minimum tax credit, you would have gotten a form for this. I did not, so I'm going to say no. Continue, continue. I did not pay for any of these things. They're specific Minnesota credits. Read through whatever is in your state. And again, uncommon ones, none of the above for me. Did not pay any taxes to Wisconsin or any other states. No military combat zone, or no, I do not want to contribute. No, am I registered to vote? If not, you can go there. They're just promoting that. This is not, I have lived at Awesome Street in apartment number 1 for forever now. So no, it is not a new address. If it is, then it would just ask where you lived before. Do you want to apply any of this 364 to your payment or possible refund for next year? If you think you're going to owe taxes for next year, you can apply it to next year. If not, you could just leave it. Bottom line, 364, estimated taxes. Do you want to file an extension? No, I don't need to because I've got everything I need right now. Okay, so if you were a renter, you're going to want to click property tax refund. I'm a renter. Yes, I lived in a rental unit. These may or may not apply to you. Assistance programs information, they don't. So I'm going to say 0. CRP, certificate of rent paid. You should have gotten this from your apartment complex, if you were a renter. So it's going to go through, ask for the renter's name, and all this information is on the CRP. Rented from, what kind it is, the ID, which identifies that home or complex you're living in, the number of units there, and how much rent you paid. So keep in mind, if you are married, you should both each get your own. And you would be able to have both your names up here and then total the 2 CRPs you got, okay? So I'm going to hit back because I won't go through it now. Yeah, no, only 1 unit. Did not use it for business. And they're saying no property taxes for you, for a refund. Some of you will get one. If you do, great. You have to mail in that property tax refund separately from your federal and your Minnesota refund. So make sure you pay attention. You print off that form. You include a copy of your CRP so that you can get that refund as well. And that refund usually comes a little bit later in around August. Sometimes not that late, but that's when it's supposed to come out to you. Okay, so everything looks good. Continue. Done with state. It's going to check over everything again. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And state. Good to go. Ready to file. So this are showing our final numbers. Again, they're going to advertise, do you want that? I don't want max. So you're going to go through and review everything. I'm not actually going to file this today, but what you're going to do is you're going to do this when you look at your refund. If you get a refund at all, you get to choose how you get it. You can get it via check. You can get it through a debit card or direct deposit. If you do direct deposit, you need your routing and account number for your account. Make sure, make sure that you have the right one so you're not sending your money to someone else's account. If you have to make a payment, when you print, at the end, you can print off these forms, and they're going to give you a little ticket that you can cut and put with the check. It'll give you exactly where that needs to go. That if I wanted to, because I don't have the money now, if I, let's say, because I owe $16, I could pay the $16 with my refund, but with TurboTax, it costs like I want to say it's anywhere from $10 to $50 as a fee. So for me, it's not worth it. I'd rather just send in a check. Also, you can pay today with a credit card, and that's generally what I do just because I want to get it out of the way. I want to make sure that's paid, or I'll pay it with a check. Like I said, if that's what needs to be done. I want to say our state taxes, we can't pay with credit card, we have to pay with a check, but federal generally allows you to pay with a credit card. Okay, so you get your refund stuff in order, then you get ready to save and file your returns. I always, always, always save a copy. I upload it to my Google Drive. I think it's great to save an electronic copy and a hard copy. So I print myself a copy. I stick it with all the proofs that I have because I'm filing electronically. I don't have to send those things in. So I put it all together. I keep it in my file box, and then I save myself one. Once you save it, it'll say ready to transmit. They're going to make you sign it with your full name, the date, and then they're going to ask you to put in, I want to say it's like an ID number. So it's like a specific ID you choose for today, somewhat like a password. And then you're just going to click transmit returns. They're going to send them. It's going to buffer for a little bit, and then it'll say, they've been sent off. Congratulations, you're done with your taxes. And it's going to be a waiting period of a couple days for you to figure out, or not you, for the feds and your state to figure out if everything looks good. With TurboTax, you can actually track your refunds right through their app, through their website. So that's great. And you can just check back to see how things are going. Or you can use the state and federal sites to track your refund as well. But what's great about TurboTax is if you do upgrade to any one of their plans, anything besides the free plan keeps all of your documents on their website. So next year when you come back and you do it again, you can actually refer to the previous year if you need to, or if you for some reason lose it, then you can come back and pull it up. That's one thing that's great about it, because for most places you're going to have to pay to do your taxes, and I like TurboTax because I'm a little OCD about, and afraid that I'm going to lose a copy of my taxes. And if I do, TurboTax has everything for me. Every single year, we just pay the fee and do it. Again, like I said, it's going to be the $50 fee for TurboTax, the $60 fee for the state, and it's $110 at the end. So hopefully you filled out that W-4 correctly and you're not paying too many taxes. In this case, $16, that's not bad. We still have our $364 Minnesota refund, and odds are if you paid rent, you're going to get some kind of refund for property taxes, as long as you're not above that income cap, and you can look more to see what that income cap is for your state. But I won't talk anymore. I know that was really long. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope that however you file your taxes this year, it's easy for you. It's simple. TurboTax, I know that it was a lot of information, but really just go through it. Ask for help if you need it. I know a very basic level of live tax advice is included, or is even free in the free version. So do those things. TurboTax also offers like a hard copy, a software copy you can install on your computer. This is what my parents did for the longest time, and that's great too. You could go to retailers like Target, Walmart, Sam's Club. All those places have TurboTax available for you to buy. I think Staples and like Office Depot have them too. But I once the online version came out, that's all I've ever used. So that's all for now. I hope that everything goes well for you. If you have questions, shoot them out to me. I am not a tax expert, but I've done this for so many years, and TurboTax has always been a great help. So good luck to you guys. I will talk to you soon.